Visiting Stuart Woolf on this famous agave ranch. This is an Ollie Farms, but he has started into the agave gold rush.
They were almond farmers.
And I think those are the agaves right there. There they are.
Oh yeah.
They're all agave. That is
Yeah.
so cool.
So this is the type of farm we hope to be.
Agave on the right. Those are all
Those
agave.
are all agave.
Guys, we'll go there. Yeah. All right.
These are little pomegranates.
Oh my gosh, we have one pomegranate tree.
You
We have so much in common.
We do.
We both have pomegranate.
So what else do you grow?
We really focused on crops where we thought California has like competitive advantage in yield. We started growing almonds back in the early 70s, pistachios. Processing tomatoes does very, very well in this region. They do well. We have wine grapes, garlic, onions. The first three crops that I mentioned are kind of our big crops.
So the 400,000 agave plants is like a small deal right now?
Oh yeah, no. My family, they're intrigued by it. They think this is one of my
That's a cute little.
here.
That's a cute
Cute little garden.
Yeah,
for
You
you.
gotta go in there.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right.
30 years from now, it'll all be agave.
I'm 60.
Family hero.
I'm 65, and I told my siblings, I think this is going to be my last year being the president, CEO, and running the family business. They said, well, what are you going to do? You know, I'm thinking about getting in and planting a drought-tolerant crop. I just think it'd be a cool thing to be on the front end of a new industry that's climate resilient. So then the next meeting we had an executive session where they said, you know, you're still the president and CEO. We have a vested interest in a climate resilient crop. We think you should bring this to the family, not thinking about your own deal. Wait a second, you know, if that was going to be, I wouldn't have even told you. You know? So, anyway, they're now my partners.
This sounds like, what was that TV show? The Ewings?
They are.
Yeah.
Here we go.
These
Here's
are more
one.
mature.
Ooh,
Quite a
so
bit.
exciting.
Well, they are about 14 months old.
14 months old from inception or from the time you planted?
No,
Or-
from planting that Iwelo. And so you can see they're already starting to come up, the clones.
Oh yeah, look at those.
Now these are espadine, and so this will be used in Mezcal. And I can tell you, when we planted these, I thought, oh boy, you know, they got off to a real slow start. You know, maybe they're just not well suited here. But you know what? We're very pleased with them. Had actually kind of a tougher time with our Weber Azul.
That's what we have mostly.
This is great. See where all these dead plants were and everything?
Yeah.
This was a test plot that we worked with UC on. They said, you know, we may kill some of the plants. They certainly followed through. So these are Weber Azul right here.
Okay.
So these little signs that the guys in the shop made designate the grower and first cut or second cut. And they're all under buried drip. So there's a drip line that goes all the way through the field. And we give it a little water every now and again.
Like, what does that mean every now and again?
Well, so like every month we run our system for about 8 to 10 hours, and it will give it about a third of an inch.
So it doesn't depend on like the heat.
We come out, we check the soils,
Yeah.
and we look at the roots and dig around. And if we think they could use a shot, we give it to them.
Because Leo Ortega told us the ones that he watered didn't do as well as the ones that doesn't water at all.
Well, certainly when you plant them, you got to make, you want to push those roots.
Right.
You got to get some water to them. These trees right here, they'll use over 40 inches of water. We ended up putting 2.5 on these. Almonds will use close to 50 inches per acre. So think of something 50 inches high over the entire acre. So you're concentrating the water on these plants just under the root zone. A third of an inch just under that one little row is actually a pretty good shot of water.
Because we didn't do that.
Yeah.
It's me with the hose. You should see me.
Yeah, we,
Everyone has to start somewhere. Because we didn't even know if those rows will stay where they are.
Or if they'll
Wasted.
even live. We
Right,
didn't
we
know.
even know anything.
these are 3-year-olds from a guy, Craig Reynolds, who helped start the
Council.
council.
Yeah.
These are Mapi Sagas, these are Samianas, these are Weberi, Little Nino.
Oh, the shoots.
Wow.
So they're gonna die after they shoot.
I want to propagate these, so I'm gonna let them flower. This is Murphy-eye. This is like an Arizona, a really cool plant that is super drought tolerant. And you can plant them really close together. They're just a smaller plant, so you pack them together more densely. I picked up 52 plants. These are about 3 years old. I drove his piñas down to Ventura Spirits, and he paid me in these plants. Planted 52 of them. Everything you're looking at on the other side are just offspring of these 52.
What?
They're super prolific.
What are these?
He's selling them as Webers.
They don't look like our Webers. Well, those do over there. They
Yeah,
look
but
like
let's look
Webers.
at a plant that didn't shoot the Quixote. To me, it's like a signature blue agave.
This one is, yeah.
This one is. They're going to go to seed, and they'll also create bulbils,
Mhm.
tiny offshoots. Yeah, so they're going to be just little guys. We'll put them in pots. We'll grow them out in the greenhouse before we bring them to the ranch, and then grow them out in the field.
No, I mean, since they're not first generation, will the fruit be smaller?
Oh, no.
No.
In Mexico, the grower who has these beautiful fields, when I asked him, well, what do you do with the thirds? I plant them. And his fields were, I mean, we were really attracted to his property. The taller ones would be like first generation. These right here are probably third generation. We're just growing them out to see what happens. We don't know enough. A Weber has a shorter spine than a Espadine. And just the shape of the leaf and the color. This is where we have guys from Mexico kind of wondering, this doesn't look like a Weber Azul. Spirits that have been made from these plants, I've yet to have one that I thought, oh yeah, that's a signature kind of tequila. I'm not a super taster. This must be a hybrid of something, but it does extremely well.
Well, we can't call it either of those, so it doesn't really matter. Tequila.
Well, and so that's the thought. And yet, if you're trying to make something that is kin to a tequila, I think you want to get that variety.
Right.
And consistent.
Yeah, I'm a farmer. So I want something that's going to grow fast, be productive, grow big pina, shorter period of time, more sugar per acre. I think what you're looking at is, look, that's great, but we want to make something that's really great tasting and building.
A
fun
sippable,
brand.
nice
Yeah.
brand.
Well,
No, that's what we want to do.
Yeah.
I want to think like him.
But if you can do both,
Right.
That's what, yeah. That's,
if you can do both. What's crazy about this, we're all planting them, thinking if we plant them, they will come. I know I'm probably going to build a distillery here.
We don't want to build a distillery.
Well, I mean, have your own brain.
It's fun.
A distillery?
It's a lot of
We've been
fun.
doing it
We
for
can't do
many
it.
years.
It's a chemistry class.
All of a sudden,
UCLA.
these Quixotes started shooting. I come. This is a time series camera right there,
Oh.
and so we actually have them, where they're going, and it's
We should
really
do that.
cool.
We should do that. on
You
our
should
farm.
definitely do that. And then you realize, oh, wait a second, there are owls like
Yeah. We have a
hanging
lot.
out in these things.
We have a lot of
And
owls too. Our first year of doing this, I bought 1,000 seeds from Spain,
oh yeah,
and those did great. The Spain ones are doing great, and they're all Blue Weber.
yeah. How big are they now? Oh, great. You picked up some seeds through a seed bank in Germany. Played with a number like Tobala and Karosinski and all these different varieties. We want to offer like a full complement of varieties. So we're growing them out. We're bringing some to the field. We're trying to figure out like when is it the right time to bring them, because you put them out here and they're small. It's a tough deal.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
The plants right here are fairly large. All the others are very small. Do all the others will be this size?
And well, that's the hope. This is a pretty standard size to be harvesting in Mexico. We're betting this thing's probably closer to 100 pound. I mean, we're going to find out when your young buck over there starts cutting one out and weighing it.
He's going to do that now.
It's not quite hot enough yet.
All these varieties out here can be used to make spirit. So you plant that Iwelo, and just what you saw over there, where they're already starting to throw new ones. You put it in the ground, and within a year, you should start seeing 3 to 4. It makes no sense to do anything but plant these Iwelos. See the ones that are snapped off? Some guys from town came out and cut the tops off of them.
Oh my God.
I'm like, are you?
What are they going to do with it?
This is part of the asparagus family, right? Look at it. You know the most tender part of an asparagus? The tips.
It's a treat.
Oh, they're
They
gonna-
snip
These
them
are
and they
treats?
cook them and they eat them.
I was wondering. I'm like, this
Really?
one, you can't do anything with it.
The fact that they got up that high to just cut the tip,
Did you look on the camera to see how they did that?
it only goes off in certain intervals, and so we didn't catch them.
There's a bird that sticks its
Oh.
food.
No. This is interesting. What's it called? It's the
Shrike.
strike.
It goes around and it picks up like grasshoppers, lizards, other birds,
Mice.
and it'll stick them on spines, and they'll come back and eat it.
So it's barbecue.
It's barbecue.
It's cured.
Anyways,
awesome.
there's 2 barbecues going on right now.
Look, like perfect. We couldn't figure out like who was coming out here, and I mean, sicking mice on the end of the. But look at that. I mean, it's a pretty good. They know how to do it.
Are you sure that bird didn't just fly into it?
That one might have.
No, but
but
his head wouldn't fall off.
Yeah, something ate it. But you do come out here and there's lizards stuck on it.
We have nice videos and pictures of it. We have lizards on our tiny.
Oh, nice.
Keep it going, Jax.
You're doing great.
What do you do with the leaves? Anything?
Nah, we're just gonna leave them out here.
Have you looked into skincare like aloe?
Aloe, because it's
No.
like aloe.
In West Hollywood, it's going to be huge.
Yeah, aloe. It's good.
Okay, so we have a market.
Aftershave and pre-shave for men's skin line.
We're gonna have to start shaving again.
If you can do anything with the power tool, you will do it.
Wait, did you just cut the drip line?
Well, yep.
Yeah.
Boss was like that when I got here.
Right.
Yeah.
So these drip lines are above ground, and
Yeah.
you find them to be as effective.
Okay.
Are they okay for a while?
Here's the deal.
Machete, son?
With above ground, you end up with a lot more weeds and everything. Eventually, these plants, when they get to a certain size,
It's going.
there's something about them that the weeds kind of stop growing around the base of them.
We have a huge
Oh,
weed problem.
I mean,
So this
so
one
we're
would
required
probably-
to clear all brush on our hills.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
We've been
look-
doing that for 8 years, and we just we're tired of it.
Also a market for buying the product when it's just ready to go into the mash.
I know I'm going to put in some autoclaves. You know, a pressure cooker, or you can buy an autoclave that can put 20 ton in there. So,
Is it a special pit that you build? A lot of wood in the bottom of it? And get coals or something?
you know,
Like a deep pit?
I was just with somebody that was talking about, no, I'm going to use nothing but almond. You're not done yet, James. You got to clean that thing up, for God's sakes.
If you could buy it and put it in our 9-gallon still
I mean,
and make
it's
tequila, that's what you're probably going to do.
So that's it.
You know, but if you have a 100-gallon still, it's a different product.
Well, for like here, I plan on making, I want to make essentially like a straight Weber Azul, the equivalent of like a tequila. I want to make some blends, actually make something that's a little bit more unique to California. That's my primary goal, something different. And then certainly I'm going to have like some equivalent mezcals because I have the Espadín. And then with these varieties, I want to see what happens if I mix some Weber rye in with it, or, And ultimately I plan on probably going to Mexico, grabbing a couple maestros, a couple distillers, and bring them here.
We just did a tasting with some friends. Lalo.
Yeah, Lalo.
It's very good.
Yeah.
They said they make it with champagne yeast.
I've kind of gravitated from drinking all these tequilas to, I'm all about mezcal now.
Yeah. Dos Hombres was like a barbecue. That's the new one that it's plastered all over LA. Advertising Bryan Cranston and Paul. Pictures
Breaking
of them
Bad.
all
Yeah. You've seen their.
They are marketing the hell out of that one right now.
Such a terrible movie.
What? That wasn't a movie.
He clearly knows what it is
Breaking
to say that.
The Coas in Mexico are a lot sharper.
They're a lot sharper.
You don't see anybody working this hard, huh?
No, they just kind of slide through like butter.
Yeah, easily.
So let us know
Making
when
a
the
scale.
taste testing is and we'll drive back up.
There's got to be a much better way.
Oh, yeah.
I know there's a better way.
Sharper tools, like you said.
Sharper tools. There's an arroyo right over here, a river, and it would occasionally flood. Actually, Jillian, you may find this of interest. So, in about 1990, this river, it washed out Highway 5 in the middle of the night. And these cars that were driving up and down 5 just drove into this raging torrent. River, or the arroyo, goes through the rest of our ranch. They found a number of cars with people that lost their lives just driving into that in pitch black. And Wilson was governor, and then Wilson got that thing fixed in like a record time. In most of our fields, it's not uncommon to have 3 to 4% not make. We have a pretty good stand out here.
They're amazing. Look at them.
Some of these plants that you think they're dead, they're not happening, you give them time and they go. When my dad was 57, he bought this farm property. He had farmed it for a long time. We grow a variety of different crops and have a couple of different processing ventures. This is one of them, right? These are bins of tomato paste. All the white ones are going to Heinz for Heinz ketchup. And we just started this here about 3 days ago. It's been in, just started what? Our season.
Oh.
Our season. You're pretty productive. We're with it. There's only about 4 companies in California, and between the 4 of us, we represent about a third of global production. This county will produce as many, if not more, tomatoes than Italy.
Whoa. We saw a lot of trucks with tomatoes driving on the highway.
Yeah, oh yeah. These trucks will be showing up here for about 100 days, and then it's done. All of ours are like first and second generation cuttings. The longer you go out, the chatter is that they aren't as productive. The guy that we were buying plants from, I was asking him, okay, well, what do you do with like your 3rd generation plants, We plant them. His fields, we were there because they look so good to us. In Mexico, they'll harvest these and let them sit around for a while. Pretty dense and full of carbohydrates. And if we put it in the ground, it'll grow.
You've grown some already?
Yeah, we have some.
About 1,000.
Their property is a little different than yours.
Oh yeah. Our property's all on slope. We're in the Hollywood Hills. Yeah, we're under the Hollywood sign and look at downtown LA. It's an incredible property, but it's limited on size, obviously. You have real machines and car trucks and all that go in your rows, our rows. We are by hand on slope.
You're doing like
100% on
Mexico.
slope.
We're on our butts going down the
You're doing like
mountain.
Mexico.
So you're out there working on
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. He goes to college this fall, so he's
Keep
hoping to get out of it.
We want to build the brand and build scale with Stuart. That should be your new slogan: is scale with Stuart.
Did you trademark that? Or
Yeah,
can
no, I haven't yet, but that's a freebie.
Well,
Where are you guys?
We're dead.
Oh yeah, okay.
We're planted on a hill also, but it's a big hill.
It's a bigger hill. It's a bigger hill than ours.
So that's one thing in Mexico, right? The roads, because they're not running equipment down the roads.
Uh-huh.
And Jack can attest to this, working in those fields, that if you don't have a machete to walk through, you
I mean, you can't walk through there without getting.
Are you like with a legit koa, or are you using just the machete?
To trim the leaves, you use machetes or
it's like a
it
sickle.
looks like a sickle. But
Coming to
yeah,
coming
they have a
to-
small one for the leaves, and you just cut to get through. But
Chainsaws don't work.
it kind of grinds it all up. Well,
It's fine. I used a multi-tool. You know what a multi-tool is? It's a little thing goes. It's almost like a razor for our beard.
Yeah, it worked. It's just fine.
Yeah, it just goes right through it.
Yeah, guys in Mexico, all of them are carrying files and everything, and those things are like raised. You just see them just. And,
Wow.
and the
yeah,
leaves-
it's like
super
every 5 plants, I think, they take their file out and they
when they're
sharpen their
harvesting,
tools.
yeah.
Every 5 plants.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.